think of Mario, what comes to mind? I would venture a bet that you think about beautiful romps through the Mushroom Kingdom and collecting coins, positive energy and jolly vibes, all put in place thanks to Nintendo's unique and jovial approach to video games. Mario exudes happiness, and it's hard to not be charmed by games like Odyssey and Galaxy. And while Nintendo would like to think that all that positive energy translates perfectly to all of Mario's spin-off titles, like Mario Party, Super Smash Bros, and all the different sports games, we all know the truth. We know that these are some of the most hardcore, blood-pumping, and friendship-ending games that will push you to your absolute limits, be it soccer, baseball, basketball, tennis, or golf. Welcome to All In. My name is Wade Ronspies, and to celebrate the release of Mario Golf Super Rush, I want to go through and talk about some of the different Mario sports games that have had a huge impact on me, and why I'm excited for a new Mario Golf game. Also, side note, is Mario Kart a Mario sports game? I'd say so. Karting is an actual sport, mind you. It's not just go-karting at your local family fun center. Anyway, rather than doing a pure historical analysis of all the different Mario sports games, I kind of just want to highlight specific Mario sports games that I love and talk about the new Mario Golf because it's shaping up to be something prime for a good time. So, without further ado, Mario Sports.
It's in the game.
And I know I just said this isn't going to be a history video, but the first Mario sports game I remember playing is unofficially one of the very first Mario sports games ever put on console, Golf for the NES. Obviously, it's pretty basic by modern standards, but as a young kid with an NES, golf was such a simple pleasure. And I know it's not technically a Mario sports game, but that is Mario on the cover, confirmed by a 1991 guidebook, so I'm counting it. But I get it if you don't want to count NES Golf here. It's a sports game with Mario in it, but not a Mario sports game, if that makes sense. At the end of the day, you're just playing vanilla golf and not, this. But like I said, NES Golf is just a simple pleasure. As for a not so simple pleasure, fast forward to Mario Strikers Charged. This game is peak 2007. Take fun, goofy characters, and make them unnecessarily edgy and cool. But if you look past its unique late 2000s dude, you have a really fun game here. It's basically combat soccer. It's all about smacking dudes and doing crazy moves and using crazy items to put that ball in the goal. And it even has special stage hazards and other traits that make it feel like something you'd expect from Mario Kart, but in the world's game of football. It's a tad different from the soccer I played in high school, just a tad. It's also one of the games that had me begging my parents to buy a Wii. Like cutting out an ad from Game Informer and walking around pointing at it like, please. Yeah, looking back, not my proudest moment. But I got the Wii and Mario Strikers, and it was 100% worth it. And on the topic of the Wii, I want to point out a more forgotten Mario sports game that I think is actually one of the best. Mario Super Sluggers. Mario doesn't really have a lot of recognition beyond jumping, racing, golfing, and tennis playing, and even in conversations about lesser known or underappreciated Mario spin-off games, I rarely hear Mario Sluggers brought up. I mean, it didn't exactly get rave reviews, so it might just be a personal thing for me. I love the vibes of Mario Sluggers. It actually feels like a fresh spring game of baseball every time you boot it up, and it also has some of the best music featured in a Mario sports game in my opinion. You got your abilities, your unique character traits, and great feedback when you crack out a home run. And it has a really interesting and unique story mode that tasks you with finding characters and completing small tasks to recruit them for your own baseball team. It's an adventure mode somewhat similar to the recent Mario Tennis Aces and the one we're about to get in Mario Golf Super Rush, actually. I also think Sluggers has some fun little mechanics like pairing up people who get along for small bonuses, and super moves that you have to strategically use to get the most use out of them. So while the critics may not have loved it, well, I did. And I think it did some really cool things that are still creating some small ripples in Mario sports games to this day. And like I said, one of those ripples can be felt in the brand new Mario Golf Super Rush, the long-awaited follow-up to a fan-favorite Mario sports series that officially began with Mario Golf on Nintendo 64, but didn't really come into its own until Toadstool Tour on GameCube. Like, the original is good, but this is great. Ever since, Mario Golf has been one of the premier Mario sports games, maybe the premier Mario sports game, behind only Mario Kart in the minds of fans. Even today, Toadstool Tour is a go-to party game, with a good time all but guaranteed. And when Mario Golf went portable with World Tour on 3DS, you better believe that it absolutely tore up convention centers and long car rides like nothing else. But now, with Super Rush, we all get the best of both worlds thanks to the Switch. It's a great way to satisfy the classic N64 and GameCube crowd who like their Mario Golf at home, surrounded by friends and passing the controller around with a few stacks of pizza pies, and the portable crowd who like their Mario Golf on the go, or out and around with friends who each have their own hardware and software. But Super Rush isn't just Mario Golf but on Switch. It plans to introduce what could possibly be the most intense and blood-pumping mode ever included in any Mario sports game to date, Speed Golf. This is the centerpiece of this game, a uniquely Mario Golf variant of the traditional game of golf that allows players to take their shots without needing to wait their turn. It's all about lining up your shots and actually running to the ball and getting to the flagstick first, all in real time. Plus, there's also items and abilities you can use to help yourself or trip up your rivals. And I can already see the endless amount of salt coming from friends both in person and online. And then there's also something called Battle Golf, a variation of Speed Golf. You have a bunch of holes on one small course that you have to claim before other players do. If you're familiar with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, it's kind of like graffiti mode in that game. But if you want a more traditional experience, you can always play a normal game of Mario Golf and even use the Switch's Joy-Cons for motion controls, which definitely evokes the spirit of Wii Sports to me. I also want to take a moment and go back to the story mode I mentioned earlier. It's not just a simple series of courses with some dialogue sprinkled in here and there. It's like a full-blown golf RPG in the Mushroom Kingdom. Okay, I might be getting a tad ahead of myself there, but Super Rush's adventure mode has you playing as your own character, leveling up with skill points, unlocking new gear, traveling the land, interacting with different characters, and partaking in unique challenges. So my RPG comparison wasn't completely off. If you've played the recent Mario Tennis Aces, then you'll notice that the two games are kind of structurally similar, but with Mario Golf going for a more open approach, pun not intended. So no matter your preference or experience with Mario Golf or Mario sports games in general, Mario Golf Super Rush really seems like the definitive Mario Golf experience with all playstyles accounted for. Be it a party game, a road trip time killer, or just a fun solo experience, it's got something there. But don't forget the classics that got us here either. And always remember, it's still Mario. Before we start throwing things at our friends, let's chill for a second. It's a Mario game. Thank you for watching. Like I said at the top, my name is Wade Ronspies, and you can follow me on Twitter at WadeLikesPie or subscribe to my YouTube channel called Input 1. This has been All In on GameStop TV. Stay tuned.